We're here today with Graeme Houston, General Manager, Pizza Hut Australia. Welcome, Graeme.
Thanks, it's great to be here.
Where is Pizza Hut positioned in the marketplace?
I guess the best way to define that at the moment is positioned for growth, particularly in Australia. We've got 270 restaurants. We believe the market will take about 500 restaurants. And we've spent the last few years getting the model right, working on improving our consumer proposition, and done a lot of work in the last few years to enhance that, broaden the menu, improve the quality of the offering, and build on the layers. And I think that gives us confidence about turning on the development engine, which is kind of where we're at today. And so we believe there's an opportunity in this marketplace to build Pizza Hut to a much bigger and stronger brand than it has been in the past. So layers like MIA, which is a strong value layer, we recognise that consumers were over the gimmick of coupons and having to clip coupons in order to access value. They wanted everyday value, so we created this layer that's available all day, every day, and that's resonated particularly well with customers. We've done a lot of work on improving the innovation that we bring, the big box, the dinner box. We're just in market at the moment, and again resonating really well with the consumers, and enhancing the quality of the product. We did a stone-fired range recently, which was a significant step change from where Pizza Hut's been in the past, and you combine the value layer with the innovation and then the quality positioning. We're seeing a much stronger consumer proposition, and that's reflected in the sales growth. We've had just on 12 months of same-store sales growth, week on week, and that gives us a lot of confidence about where we go from here.
There's been some organisational changes at Yum. What implications has this had for the Pizza Hut brand?
We recognised quite some time back that having a brand nestled in a conglomerate isn't necessarily the best thing for the individual brand, and so we took the decision to separate out KFC and Pizza Hut and put individual teams leading those businesses. Historically, they were treated as a portfolio, and so if one brand was up, the other brand was down. It's okay, it's a portfolio. We've now got a dedicated team that will report offshore, and we're solely focused on Pizza Hut. And we spent the last 3 or 4 months establishing that leadership team, recruiting and putting a whole independent leadership team in place, and we've got a very good team in place. We average, whilst it's a new team for Pizza Hut, they average 12 years experience in the industry. Some of them are deep operators within the Pizza Hut system, some of them are operators from external businesses, and we feel very good about the team that we've established. And I'm confident with the experience that they bring, and also the strength of the Pizza Hut brand, and a solely focused and dedicated team. We'll see a very different Pizza Hut in the coming years.
There's been a new store design rolled out globally. How are your customers reacting to it?
It's been very encouraging, actually, and sometimes it's hard to identify attributes that make the single difference, but we've had a couple of examples of relocates that we've used the new image, and one recently in Newcastle City, and it was exactly the same trade zone, same number of households, same number of customers, and we've seen over a 50% lift in sales with the relocation, and most of those have come from delivery sales, so it's not even the walk-up customer. So when you get those kind of results, it gives you confidence and gives the franchise community confidence. We're a big franchise system. We're solely franchised across Australia and New Zealand, and with over 180 franchisees. So it's important that we have these assets and these results to give the community confidence about, okay, this is an investable proposition and this makes sense for me. And so we're very excited about it. It much more contemporises the brand in terms of the offering, and also I think it also talks to the location and making sure that we're getting the right location when we go after sites. I think we weren't as clear sometimes around our site criteria and making sure that we are getting the best locations and the best sites, and I think we've seen the benefit of taking key locations and building those assets.
What are some of the changes you've instituted since becoming General Manager?
Probably the most obvious one was to recruit the team, the leadership team, and in fact the whole team, because we've duplicated resources which we shared. We still share some of the back of house resources with the KFC team. That makes sense, but from a front end, from a complete leadership team, that's been established. Once that's in place, and once that's been in place, we've spent a lot more time working on getting a differentiated proposition in place from a marketing perspective, and just being much more focused around going to market. We're right in the middle of rolling out a new point of sale system, so we're completely changing our point of sale system. It's due. I think the previous system is some 24 years old, so technology has moved on in 24 years, and we see a huge opportunity once we've rolled out the new point of sale system. It's a Micros point of sale system across all of Australia. It will link to our online ordering engine, which is also on a Micros platform, and enable us to integrate the database. And for us, that's a big opportunity. We see the database is a huge opportunity for us, and managing that more effectively than we have done in the past. And so we hope to have that completed by Christmas. We hope to have the rollout completed, so we're right in the middle of shakedown mode right now. We spent a lot of time working on the development engine. So as I said, getting the model right, we now feel confident about that. Now we want to turn on the development engine. So we spent a lot of time improving the investable proposition. So reviewing the upfront cost of opening a Pizza Hut unit, and we've got that down to around $330,000 to including initial fees to be into a unit, and we think that will improves the investable proposition for the franchisee. Lower hurdle rates, much faster paybacks, and a lot of that's just by taking some equipment out of the back of house and simplifying the process. We feel like that's a big opportunity for us, and we've been working on building a franchise pipeline. So we've been kind of silent in the development area for a few years. So we've been building the development team and building a franchise pipeline to open. We think there's at least another 230 stores that we can build. So we've got a lot of opportunity for growth. We've got 100 territories that we've identified immediately that are virgin territory that we don't have a Pizza Hut. So we're very excited about that opportunity.
Pizza Hut's iPhone application and online ordering, what kind of response are you getting from this generally?
The online ordering for us has been huge. We've been in online ordering. I think we're the first in Australia to have online ordering in 2004, and since then we've had like 6.5 million transactions through the online channel. It continues to grow. We get double-digit growth every year, and I think that's consistent with the industry. The trick is to make sure that you have a website that the consumers are able to interact with easily, and you're driving you're driving business there through paid search and linking your whole business to the online platform. Customers like it. We see them spending more money on the online channel. I think it's a less pressured experience, and they can actually browse your menu. And so for us, we see it's got lots of benefits for the brand. And part of that is making sure you remain current. We're seeing social networking, and the social networks is a rapid explosion in terms of how people interact with the brands, and we are very active in that area. We had Feed a Friend last year as a mechanism on Facebook to encourage use and build loyalty with the brand. Our iPhone app is just another adaptation. We launched that about a year ago, and over 100,000 transactions through it. It's still a small piece of the business. The internet. Most people access the internet via their computers in the office or at home, but there is no doubt that the mobile access is going to be the growth in the future, and we're continuing to improve and adapt and broaden the customer's ability to access via online iPhone apps and other phone apps.
Graeme Houston, thanks for your time today with QSR Media.